You open the book with the statement, education runs on lies. First of all, put that in context of why you wrote that, and what do you mean by that?
A couple things, and that's a tough way to start, but I always try and be really honest. Let me just give you a couple lies that I think really, unfortunately, hurt kids or detrimental to our country. First, we say we all care about education. We would all say that. But I would ask the question, how many of us as voters, Republican, Democrat, I could care less, how many of us as voters go to the voting booth and vote for a mayor, a governor, a congressman, a senator, a president, based upon their ability to improve educational outcomes? We don't do it. We don't vote on education. And I think, again, that's a real problem. Secondly, we say we value teachers, but we don't pay teachers what they're worth. We don't train them as true professionals. We don't have meaningful career ladders. Great teachers change kids' lives. They transform opportunities. We have to value teachers at an entirely different level. And probably the toughest lie that is a hard one to talk about is we all say we value children. But we allow a level of gun violence in this nation. We've allowed a generation of kids to grow up with mass shootings. We don't invest in pre-K like other nations do and get our babies off to a good start. I honestly believe, again, and this is a very tough thing to say, that other nations value their children more than we do. Here in the United States, I believe we value our guns more than we do our kids.
Now, you talk about the hard things.
We have a gun problem in American society. We don't have a school safety issue. We have an American safety issue. A tiny, tiny, tiny percent of children are killed in schools, and we do everything we can to keep them safe. Schools are often the safest places where kids are, often safer than the community. Unfortunately, as everyone knows, we have people killed in malls, in movie theaters, in concerts, congressmen playing baseball here, tragically in churches. This is a made in America problem. We do not have this level of violence and heartbreak and tragedy and trauma in Canada, Australia, England, Japan, South Korea. I can go right down the list. There are some issues that are hard. Putting a man on the moon, finding a cure for cancer. Those are intellectually hard. This issue is not hard. This issue is not hard intellectually. We simply lack the political will to keep our kids and our families safe. And again, I go back, I think it's a lie that we value our kids, and I think we actually value our guns more than we do our children.
Besides writing books,
let's talk about goals. And let me just add one tougher statement. I'm not convinced this president wants to have the best educated citizenry in the world. And we have the kind of authoritarian tendencies that President Trump has. When you call the press the enemy of the people, when you want to become the source of truth and everything else is fake or not real. When our previous caller, Linda, talked about critical thinking skills and ability to think independently and discern and draw conclusions, I'm not sure it's in this president's best interest to have citizens who are well educated, who can think critically.
So when